Hi everyone, how are you doing? Today we're going to be doing a build where it was kind of just random. I thought, well, why not? Let's just go into the game, let's just build, see what happens. And this is what happened. And actually, a little while ago, I think it was while I was doing my Wild West build, I looked up like partway through for other builds which came under the hashtag Wild West or Old West or something like that, and there was this one on the gallery, and it was like a like an old train, like a Western style steam train. It was such an awesome build. I'll try and find it again for you guys and leave it in the description. But what they've done is the sculpture, the round sculpture things which I've used on the side to represent the mill itself, the water mill that is. They'd actually used one of those and then used one of the spa day things, like the fountains, and put it in the same place, so it looked like wheels of the train, and they'd stuck it in the ground so it was like half sticking up. But that was what kind of inspired me to do this build. So I just thought of using, I guess, that idea of using it to be some sort of wheel or turning thing, and put it in the water and stuck it to the side of the house. I haven't made like a room which would be like machinery or something like that. I just thought that maybe it could have been a mill that got converted, or had a house attached to the end and then, you know, wasn't really working anymore. But yeah, try to make it sort of look old and a little bit decrepit maybe. I'm not really sure. But I had inner struggle today because I really wanted a nap, but I also wanted to get this up for you. So because I was up last night. I was supposed to go to sleep, but I ended up watching YouTube videos. Story of my life. And I stayed up too late, and then I was starting work at 7:30 in the morning. So I had to be there for 7:15, so that wasn't the best, and I had to get up early. So what I decided to tell myself was that I would have a nap, but while the video was processing. That's kind of how I justified it. So I'm getting this over and done with beforehand as incentive for my nap. But yeah, I've realised I've been using a lot of grey recently. How weird is that? I'm not sure why, but in a lot of my builds it has some sort of grey feature. In this, it's like this trim that is on all of the roofs and on the walls. It's kind of like a bluey charcoal grey. I love that colour. I especially like clothes in that colour. So I was possibly influenced by liking that colour. But yeah, I like how this turned out. It looks a little bit like there's some tweaking which I do to make it look nicer on the inside, because quite often I just kind of go from the outside and then don't consider the inside, and then later on realise that there's not enough room to put anything and then have to change it. Like there was no space to put in stairs and also have 2 decent sized bedrooms or any kind of, you know, decent layout out upstairs. So after I was doing, and I couldn't get the windows to look right, and I couldn't get things to look the way I wanted them to. So actually, after I changed it, I liked it a lot better personally. But yeah, I started an LP, I think it was on the weekend. Or was it just before the weekend? Can't remember. But I uploaded the second, while I'm recording this now, I think I uploaded this like first proper episode, the one that wasn't the rules. I uploaded that on Sunday around midday, and it's Monday today. if I get this uploaded today, maybe you'll see it and this will make sense. I was surprised with how good the story bit at the beginning went. I wasn't expecting it to turn out so well. Like, I was recording the separate parts and I thought, oh, how am I actually going to make this work? How am I going to make this look any good together whatsoever? And I think it worked out. I was quite proud of it. Surprised, but proud of it. The rest I still think needs some work. Some things went wrong, and I think my computer crashed. Yeah, it did. My computer crashed partway through, and so I then had to come off and then replay to the point in the day that it was, and then, you know, carry on recording, which was such a pain. But it's never happened to me before, that my games crashed like that. I'm not sure why it did it, but I think it has crashed like once or twice before, but it's when I've had like a ridiculous amount of programs, you know, like half the Adobe suite open and like 22 tabs on on 2 different types of internet browser, and, you know, like just ridiculous amounts, and then trying to record at the same time, like just being really, really stupid with my computer, and it's frozen then. But other than that, I've never had a problem before, so it was quite surprising to me. But anyway, at least from what I remember, it might have done it otherwise. But yeah, I did like this natural pool, and I wanted to put on this lot so that it kind of, you could maybe imagine that if you were looking at it from either the front or the back, that the pool that was around the house could connect up to the rest of the rivers, you know, around, but you just can't see it. That was my thought anyway, but I quite like it. It would be awesome if, I know this is silly talk, but it would be really, really cool if we were able to make rivers that actually joined up with the landscape. I'd love that, to make like moats around castles and things like that that blended into the surroundings. This is what I was talking about with changing the house a little bit. I think it looks better after this, but I sort of copy the symmetry from the other side, or, you know, the theme from the other side, and make it symmetrical, I mean. And I was in a stream yesterday with Simlinks and Faramouse, and it was on Simlinks' channel, and I was late. I was walking the dog with my family and we got stuck in traffic, and they also I was like, as my mum came upstairs and said, "So you got to get ready really, really quick. We're going to be leaving in a couple of minutes." 45 minutes later, no one was ready. So it was really stupid, but yeah, I was late for the stream, but they still let me like come in on the Skype call, and we ended up singing. And I was playing ukulele, and it was really, really silly, really, really stupid. But I think Tormund has actually uploaded that, so if you want to hear our terrible singing, then I think it's towards the end, but I think there's a little bit of singing part way through, but I think that was before I actually joined. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun doing that. And also the stream with you guys, like on my channel the other day, was loads of fun too. I really, really enjoy them. I think I'm going to do more of them. I've mentioned that before. Just put some ivy on the house, give it some character, and quite often I feel like sometimes I overdo it with decorations, just because I don't know why I do it. I just keep adding and adding and adding and adding and adding. It's the same with interior, like there's never enough clutter. But well, there is obviously, but it's hard to draw a line sometimes when you're trying to really hard to make it look good. Sometimes I feel like I can overdo it with the decoration, but I try to keep the ivy to a minimum, just make it sort of not a main feature of the house, just like a small thing of interest. But I'm also doing dirt around the pool. I thought that it might make it blend in more, and I add rocks later so that it would look a little bit better, and like plants and things like that, and lots of flowers. Classic kind of Zoe gardening with too many bright colourful flowers was what it was, although most of it was like pink and purple actually, to kind of go with. I felt like although the house, well, it's more like red and grey, but it has a kind of pink and purpley feel to it. Does that make any sense? I also cut out some of the landscaping because you guys have seen me do this so many times. It's not much different from like all the other stuff which I do, but I do leave some of it in. Something I do is just I put, you know, like the reeds which you get in the ponds for the natural pools, I actually put lavender inside them, and I think that looks really cool. But I never thought of doing that before. I think I'm doing it now, yeah. And these ones were on the water a little bit, so I had to move them up with the Nanki so that they would still fit in with the, you know, inside the reeds. The inside of this build, it's kind of traditional old cottage sort of theme, but also kind of has like a more modern and realistic, you know, something, a interior that you'd realistically see that wasn't, you know, really, really ancient. But I think I made a nice balance between modern and old, I think. You guys can let me know in the comments what you thought. But I ended up using these the plants from, what was it? Was it Romantic Garden? I always forget about them because they're at the bottom of the list. I always forget they exist, and I'm like, oh well, those ones look really, really good if I put them in. Why did I forget? But then this time I remembered at least. So we added them in sort of at the end because it was kind of an accident that I remembered them. So. But yeah, I tried to put a fireplace in there, didn't think it looked that great. We move on to the kitchen here. And, oh, I don't know if you guys heard that, but my ukulele case just fell down. But yeah, there's also a lot of, I just decided to show my experimentation, try out lots of different things and all of that kind of stuff. And there is footage of me just scrolling through trying to figure out what I'm going to put places, but possibly this is more organic. I don't know, you guys seeing how I'm sort of thinking about different things maybe, although, you know, for the exterior I didn't do a lot of talking about the actual build itself. But yeah, just trying things. I feel like it wasn't too different from my normal interiors, but there was a few things that I guess combinations of different things I tried which were new. I really love the flowers or like decorations from Dine Out, because we don't have a lot of items in the game that are like small, that fit in on the small spaces. A lot of the decorations that we have are big, and the Dine Out flowers and little candles are so pretty and so lovely, and they fit everywhere. Like I can just put them everywhere, and I realise I'm overusing them so much. And a lot of the time, like before, I was using like the pink ones, but my new favourite one is this little one which is by the sink, and it's like a blue vase, and then it's got the yellow flowers on top. I just think it's so pretty. I think I put up the sunflower painting. I realise I always put up a sunflower painting too, or the one with the bigger yellow flowers. The bigger paint, they're sort of more zoomed into the yellow flowers. I don't know, I like sunflowers. I feel like they're happy. Does that make sense? But then I feel like some sunflowers, like when sunflowers are getting to the point where they're kind of old and they're wilting, they look really, really sad. So I don't know, but there's certain sunflowers which look really, really lovely in my opinion. I also love this door. I didn't realise how much I loved it. Like I don't think I've used it in this colour swatch before, but the glass pane, the stained glass on there, I love all the colours on it. I just felt like it added so much to that space. I'm really glad I used it. But the Simmers meetup is in less than a week. Yee, so excited. I think I mentioned it in my Let's Play video, but if any of you guys are going, then let me know. It'd be awesome to or maybe you guys might recognize me if you've watched my videos where I've shown my face, but it'd be great to meet some of you guys. I don't know, like, I have said this before, but it's gonna be so weird meeting people that are as into Sims as I am. Like, I've met people which play Sims, but not, I guess, not be as enthusiastic as I am. Oh, word of warning. Okay, so you see that, like, the bathroom, when I was doing the play testing, I already uploaded this build like straight after I built it, so I didn't realize, and I should have tested it, but they can't actually use the toilet, and the item that is getting in the way is the, you know, the round sculptures on the outside, the one nearest to the house. If you just delete that one, so it's, you've got 3 of the sculptures there instead of 4, then they can use the objects fine. But with 4 of them there, it cuts into the wall too much, and it means that you can't use the toilet, which is stupid because it's not actually cutting into the toilet at all. But that's the way it works. So if you guys do download this house, then that is my warning to you, just to delete that one nearest to the house, and then everything will work fine. From what I could see, I didn't see any other problems with the house. Like, everything else worked well, and you know, there was no problems whatsoever. But yeah, I've booked a hotel for, so I'm getting to Manchester on Friday, and I'm getting there around midday, and then obviously going to be there on Simmers Meetup on the Sunday, and then I've pretty much, my flight back to London is like really late in the evening. I think I get home like close to 10, or maybe it was 8, I can't really remember, but I'm getting back quite late, or maybe it was 7. I can't remember. It was late anyway. I'm coming back late on a Sunday, and yeah. So I'll have like the whole weekend in Manchester. I think most of it I'll probably be on my own, but that's all right. It'll be nice to just. I've been to Manchester once before with some friends. I had a friend which, shout out to Kim. She also has a YouTube channel. I've mentioned her before, actually. It's not a Sims video YouTube channel, but she also does creative streams, which are really awesome. I'll leave her details in the description below if you're at all interested in what one of my real life friends looks like, or does, or whatever. But she lived in Manchester, and she's moved to New Zealand now, which sucks because it's even further away, but she looks like she's having an awesome time. But yeah, she lived in Manchester, and we went up there for the weekend for her birthday, and we went to like a bar in the evening, and we went to one of those ice bars, those ones where you have to wear like a woolly coat and all of that kind of stuff, and it's there like ice on the walls, and the bar's made out of ice and that kind of thing. Can't remember what else we did actually. I remember walking around just Manchester and visiting lots of different places, and being by the river and that kind of stuff, and it was really nice. I think we might have gone in the daytime just to, I think we ate out at like the food court. So I guess I've seen Manchester once like through that before, but I don't know it really well, and so it would be nice just to sort of explore a city on my own, or just explore a city just all together. I actually went backpacking through Europe a few years ago with one of my best friends, and it was so much fun. We visited so many different cities. I think if I did it again, I would have done more places which like going up to more picturesque places, like up in the mountains and things like that, but we visited a lot of different cities in a lot of different countries, and it was really nice just discovering a new place, and kind of getting lost on purpose so that you can see all these different things that, you know, you wouldn't normally see. But yeah, I've missed that kind of adventure, so it would be nice to just kind of wander around and get lost. Maybe that isn't everyone's cup of tea, but yeah, I think it would be fun. Yeah, I'm really excited for it, and I'm no idea what to expect. Obviously, it's in the new venue, and I've seen on the website they've got like they've at one point they were saying for other companies if they wanted to have like a stall at the meetup that they could, and all of that kind of stuff. And there's obviously way more people this time. I haven't been to one before, but I saw like some like I think it was the English Simmer. She did a vlog and I watched that. So that's really, really cool. But I have no idea what to expect. So I'm really, really excited, but kind of nervous at the same time. But yeah, it's really, really cool. But we're moving on to the second bedroom here, and this, I tried to make it kind of like maybe a writer might live here. I thought that actually this house would be good for 2 couples, maybe. I felt like it had enough space for that, and so we've got potentially someone who might be a writer. We've got a little painting nook kind of thing in the tower, which I've got on this house. We've also got the computers, obviously, so that could be, you know, something to do with computers or programming or gaming, that a career someone could have. And then we've also got like the chess table and that kind of thing downstairs. So there's potential for lots of different types of Sims that could live here, and I feel like it could be adapted quite well. But I'm not sure how well this would work as a family home. I guess maybe the pink bedroom you could convert, but I feel like this is more of a young adult kind of house. I'm not sure. Or like an older couple which maybe have someone else living with them, like maybe a teenager or even a young adult living with them as well. I'm not really sure. But if you guys think of some characters which could live in this house, I'd love to see some screenshots. If you have screenshots of anything, just send it to me. Also, the new hashtag, which I think it was Phoebe, if I remember right. I'll feel really bad if I got that wrong. I'm really sorry if I've given the credit to someone else, but I'm pretty sure it was Phoebe. I'll look it up and maybe do an annotation if I've got it wrong. But I think it was Phoebe said to that maybe the hashtag should be Look Zoe, like hashtag Look Zoe. And I had a hashtag before which was way more boring, which was TG Sim, which I don't think is as good, but I like Look Zoe because I feel like it's more personal and I don't know, less formal and better. I think it's just better. But if you guys have any builds or people that you want to put in, maybe you want, there's already some people on that hashtag, like people have put things on that hashtag for my live stream. If there's any sort of builds or Sims that you might want to put in my Let's Plays or around my town or something, I think I am going to do a city living Let's Play. I haven't really planned what I do, but I do want to do a new, I want to try and have two Let's Plays going. So I've got one which is more to do with the city living, and then I've got this other challenge video that I'm doing. I'm not sure how long the challenge series will go on for, so it may go on, you know, and you know, through November and that kind of thing, but we'll just see how long that takes. But yeah, I've enjoyed making this first episode of this Let's Play, but I hope that I can keep it up and that it's enjoyable, and hopefully I'll have some practice at doing Let's Plays by the time it gets to the release of City Living, so I can make a decent Let's Play for you guys. But yeah, so if you have any Sims for that you might want to include, then put them on the hashtag. Yeah, just anything at all, and I'll the more you guys post on there, the more I'll check it. So yeah, if you just, you know, put it in everything that you make. I want to see your creations. Especially if you take one of my builds and adapt it in some way, I'd love to see like that. If you like make maybe one of my community lots into a house, or one of my houses into a community lot, I'd love to see that so much. Yeah. But we're getting to the end, so we've only got a little bit left, so it's a little bit of landscaping, I think, around this sort of area outside. Just sort of a small seating area with a fire. That's all that there really is. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the screenshots. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have an absolutely amazing day, and you guys are awesome. So yeah, thank you very, very much for watching, and hopefully see you again soon.